Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Morgan Harper, and today I'm here with Darshanna Brooks, whose claim to fame is being the first female firefighter for the town of Berwick.
Yeah.
What year was that in?
I believe I started in 1983.
Okay.
And I was a single mom of a 3-year-old child. And one night I just decided it was time to go in and apply to become a firefighter because it's something I had wanted to do. I was 4'11", 110 pounds, and when I walked through the door, I just got these looks like, oh, dear God.
Small but mighty.
Yeah.
Did you come from a family of firefighters, or was that, I guess, what?
I guess growing up, we lived at Casey Jones, right across from the town hall.
Okay.
And the fire department was downstairs.
Oh.
So I'd get woke up all hours of the night with the alarms going off. And to me, that was exciting. And I used to watch the trucks coming out and going. And it was just something I always enjoyed. And I always listened for the alarm if I was outside playing, because to me that was exciting.
Sure. You had the inside, info on it. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fun way to grow up.
Yeah, it really was. It was, and there was just something deep in me that really wanted to be a firefighter.
That's a big calling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge commitment to service, and you're risking putting your life on the line at times.
Mm-hmm.
Have there ever been calls that you were, really kind of afraid of or scared of being there?
Prime tanning.
Yeah.
When that alarm used to go off, we would all get nervous. I mean, the chemicals that they carried in there, and that was my biggest fear. Whenever that alarm went off, it's like, oh dear God, don't let it be much.
Right.
And we did have a fire in Somersworth we went to. It was a straw factory. And I passed out from heat exhaustion.
Oh, geez.
And I was taken to the hospital. And my husband and I had an agreement that if one of us was hurt, that we did not want the other one to have to go. But Arthur at the time got him and made him go with me to the hospital.
Sometimes we need that little extra push, And so you were a firefighter for how many years?
I believe I got done in 89, so it would have been 6 years.
6 years is still a lot for that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
And that's a bold move as a single mom. What did your your child, you said, was 3 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but they must have thought it was pretty cool, Mom being a firefighter.
I used to love to wear my helmet.
Oh my gosh.
He'd put my bunker on, and yeah, he thought that was...
That's pretty neat. Yeah, and what an inspiration, that you are willing to go out there and do something kind of unexpected or unprecedented, and something that's hard. Mm-hmm. What was the hardest thing when you first started? Do you remember back then, like when you
being
first
accepted.
Being accepted?
Because back in 1983, women did not become firefighters.
Yeah, that's definitely...
Arthur Plant was the chief, and he let me know, we're not changing anything because you're a woman deciding to come on the department. And I said, I don't want you to.
You got to be able to hang, right?
Exactly, and nothing did change, and I didn't want it to, but... if the guys would be in there telling jokes, I'd be laughing, but Arthur didn't want them telling jokes. So I felt like he was putting me on the spot, like, oh, she's a woman, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's like, no, that's not who I am.
You want some equality with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And, it was fun. We used to get on the back of the truck, and we were belted in. We had a belt, that was it. Wow. And if we went to Rochester, Summers, wherever... and we were on the back of that truck. We had a belt around us, and we held on to the bar, and that was it.
This is a little intimidating.
Or 90 degrees, it didn't matter.
How did you feel about preparing for that, in training and stuff? Tell me about training days or, getting ready to go into a burning building or ride on the back of a truck just hanging on.
I became certified. Career level certified in firefighting. We had to take courses, and I became career level certified. It wasn't easy. We had to go up on a roof and take down a 150-pound dummy down the ladder from the roof.
That would be kind of difficult given your smaller stature.
I did it.
That's amazing.
If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gotten my certification. And we also had a smokehouse that we used to work out of down at the town garage. And we had to take a 150-pound dummy out of there, like somebody had been overcome by smoke, and we had to drag them out. And it was very strenuous work, but it was so rewarding to me. It was scary. I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't. There were times when I saw things that haunted me for weeks.
No doubt.
Car accidents. There was one in particular I'll never forget. It's etched in my mind. And
those are traumatic experiences.
That one really was, because the car went airborne and it wrapped around the tree. And I was one of the first ones. Jeff and I, my husband and I, were the first ones. And the fingers were hanging down below the door. And I thought, oh dear.
You just know right away that it's not going to be.
The fingers moved. And I went, whew, oh boy.
Yeah.
And so it was a matter of getting the jaws of life up there and extricating him and getting him out. And it was things like that. And it was etched in my mind for a long time. Weeks. I didn't sleep.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, seeing.
How do you cope with those sort of experiences, and do you have any advice for other firefighters or paramedics that might be seeing those kind of things? How do you deal with that kind of trauma?
I just allowed myself to feel whatever came, and that's how I dealt with it. And I used to meditate a lot also, just to release. And that, and then later on down the road, I got into Reiki. And
oh, wow.
I actually wanted to offer the fire department Reiki sessions free of charge.
That would be beautiful.
I know some of the stuff that they go through is very traumatic.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. They see so much, some of the hardest moments of people's lives that they deal with.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
There's a lot more women on the firefighting, fire department today, firefighting in general. What advice do you have for those women out there now?
Just to be themselves and do what they love, basically.
Yeah,
That's what I did. I kept it simple. It's like, this is who I am, and people that didn't accept me. There were many times in the fire department, I was in a corner all by myself.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't accepted. And I thought, I'm not here for them.
Right.
I'm here for me.
Absolutely.
And that's just how I got through it.
Well, you're a trailblazer,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Being a firefighter, it's not always just burning buildings, though. You go to all kinds of calls. Were there any moments in your career doing that where you had, something really profound that you went to go help or rescue, that really kind of changed any of your perspectives about firefighting?
Nothing I can really think of. I mean, I just went from call to call, basically. Whatever the call was, we went to, and that's what we did.
Yeah. Well, and you're a big piece of the community. Firefighting is not just, like I said, just fighting fires, but you're kind of the fabric of what makes up some of our community. So it's a really big role. Does participating in that volunteerism, would you encourage others to volunteer for the fire department today?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me about the reward that you feel when you were part of a rescue.
I feel like I was helping people by firefighting, and I wasn't afraid of the medical calls, where some of the firefighters don't like the medical calls.
Yeah.
I never minded going to them.
You gotta have a tough stomach sometimes for some of these things.
I've seen a lot of medical, and it wasn't pretty, but... Yeah. And then I went on to become a nurse later on, so...
Oh, wow.
And I
so
think
it really
the fire
did inspire...
department, yeah, it inspired me to do that, I think.
Wow. That's great. We appreciate all of your help helping others.
Well, I've had 36 years of community service, really, with the nursing and the firefighting. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful commitment to service. You had mentioned Reiki and offering that as a service to help, now to return help to the fire department itself. How did you get involved with Reiki, and can you tell us more about that?
I just got onto a spiritual road, and I really don't know how that happened. It just...
Sometimes it unfolds.
Yeah, and I had Reiki done to me, and I thought, wow, that was really profound.
Can you explain a little bit about what Reiki is for those that might not know?
It's like a universal energy, basically. You don't have to put your hands on somebody, or you can, depending on that person. If they don't want to be touched, you don't. And it's just an energy that's very relaxing and very soothing.
Okay.
I worked in a hospital, Portsmouth Hospital, for 2.5 years, and I was doing Reiki on all the floors.
Oh, wow.
And I got a call for 2 men that had been burned. And I went up and did Reiki on them, and the next day they wanted me back up there. And he said, I don't know what you did to me. He said, but I was in a place I've never been in my life. He said, I've never had a bit of pain when you were working on me.
Isn't that wild?
And in the ICU, I would work on people and watch the monitors, and their blood pressure would come down after you started doing Reiki with them.
So I guess when you started, like, are you, facing them, or how does it work?
You're standing over them, behind them.
Okay.
And you start on their face, and then you just work down the body.
Okay.
And I always open mine with prayer, always, always. To me, that was very important.
That's beautiful. That's really cool that it's that helpful to people, and it's a kind of a holistic or alternative sort of medicine. And do you still practice that today? I
do, and I do herbology. I'm doing my own tinctures. I go out foraging and find my own things to make tinctures with. And
Very cool. Very cool. Is there a certain one that, is your favorite, or something, locally that you are looking to source to make them?
My favorite one is ghost pipe, or Indian pipe.
Okay.
And it's for pain. And I have rheumatoid arthritis now. So I use that for my pain level, and it's a really good tincture.
Is it difficult to make, or, would others be able to recreate?
Yeah, very simple. I mean, I just go out and I'll get the plant, and then I put it in 100 proof alcohol. And you leave it in the alcohol for about 6 weeks, and then you strain it, and then you've got a tincture.
Interesting. Very cool. Cool for our DIYers out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've gotten into canning. I do a lot.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's good. It keeps you busy, Right. If you rest, you rust, right?
Exactly.
Cool. For the fire department, I guess, do you participate with them at all today? Is there any sort of, do you visit there at all?
I've gone there to see the fire department. Denny took Jeff and I around and, showed us the department. It was like, wow, from where we came from over by Dairy Delight.
Yeah.
And to this one, it's simply amazing what they've got now.
What a big difference, huh? I guess, how does it compare, in terms of equipment that they have from then to now?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, they have a laundry room. I mean, we never had any of that.
What a luxury.
It really is. And they sleep there now, which we were volunteers, so there was none of that when I was on.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice to see it growing. And I just wish more people would volunteer. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah, I can always use them.
Yeah. They really need that. Any department really needs volunteers that will come in and we would get a check at Christmas time, so there would be our Christmas gifts. It was, it depended on how many calls you went on as to how much money you got a year.
Sure.
And between Jeff and I, we usually did pretty well, and it was Christmas time. It was wonderful.
That is magical.
It is. It's a really fond memory of the fire department for me, that piece.
Mm-hmm. So you had mentioned Jeff, your husband, a few times, going with you to calls. So is he also on the fire department?
He was on the fire department with me. We met some of the guys tried to get him on to take my position. So he was trying to get on, and what they didn't realize, we became fast friends, and we would play Trivial Pursuit, and we would study for the tests that we had coming up. And we got married.
Aw, that's so sweet. It's like a perfect little Berwick love story.
Yeah. Absolutely. We've been married 40 years.
40 years, congratulations. That's wonderful. So how did he pop the question? We got to know.
We just decided we were going to get married, and he gave me a diamond for Christmas.
Oh.
It was mutual, pretty much.
That volunteer check, right? Bought the diamond, firefighting
Right.
Through and through, right?
Right. And we both were at a place in our lives where neither one of us wanted to get married. We're like,
It's not funny.
we're good, we're done. And we met, and I knew as soon as I met Jeff that we were going to be married. I could just feel it.
Kind of a love at first sight situation.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Gives you chills,
Yeah. And here we are.
What was it like working with your husband on the fire department? Like, were there ever moments where you guys were maybe bickering about who folded the laundry the wrong way at home, and then you had to just drop it and focus on the job?
I really don't remember being upset over things and going to a fire. We were pretty even keeled, and didn't have a lot of issues. And yeah, I don't recall ever fighting before a fire.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, in the department, we would be doing different things too, which was good. He might be out cleaning trucks, and I'd be upstairs doing something in the department. So
Sure, kind of separation of duties
Yeah.
there.
and I think that was intentional. I think they did that on purpose, which was fine by me.
Yeah.
Me and Ellie Fall, he was an older firefighter. He and I got the kitchen duty a lot. And we just look at each other. Yep, the old one and the woman. Yep, we'll do the kitchen.
What was your favorite meal to make for the firehouse?
We didn't make meals.
Oh, no.
No, because we were volunteer. We would be home, and then the plectron, which is a radio that we used to have,
Okay.
would go off to let us know that we had a fire.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Secrets to the 40 years. Do you have any to share with us? Apart from working together at the fire department. Is there any other tips or tricks to help the rest of us make it to 40 years?
To just always love the other person, and to always let them know you love them.
That is crucial.
Yeah.
We don't say it enough, probably.
No, I don't think so. Even with us, I notice sometimes it's like I just go give him a big hug and tell him I love him, because we're not always in that mode. We're always busy doing this and that.
Yeah,
That you got to take time and smell the roses sometimes.
absolutely. Yeah, and sometimes, you kind of get caught up and you're doing everything, and it's amazing the power of a hug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just stopping, pausing, and showing each other some appreciation
Yeah.
changes a lot.
And I think with our lives, I mean, we've been through so many changes in our lives that we support each other through all of them. He's become a selectman. Wow. And, I supported him through that. That's what he wants to do good,
Mm-hmm.
I hope he enjoys doing it.
Yeah,
And he's never stopped me from anything I've wanted to do.
being each other's biggest cheerleaders and supporters.
Yep. And accepting each other for what we want.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I love that. What was, something that kind of was a profound moment for you during that period of time? Anything that really kind of made you want to keep going with it, that really motivated you to stay in it?
I think it was just my love of what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was in my soul. It wasn't just heartfelt. I think it was soul felt. And and every call was so different. And you met so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people in the town would say, "Oh my God, you're a firefighter, can't believe you," and it was like, that was nice.
Yeah.
Nice to hear that.
It's nice to be appreciated when you're
Yeah.
working that hard. Absolutely.
Because I wasn't with a lot of the guys. I mean, there was one in particular, he would just go off every time. Like if Foster's wanted to do an interview, he'd get upset. Oh yeah, she's a woman and she's giving. And I thought, oh, please,
geez.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have time for the naysayers, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. I was just doing my thing and enjoying it.
I think you set such a great example for women or girls out there that might be afraid to try something, might be afraid to step into that role, but believing in yourself. I guess, do you have any advice for young girls that want to do something that might be unexpected?
I would say you don't know until you try. And you've got to do what is good for you. I took a deep breath before I went into the department because I knew. I'm like, oh, it's going to be tough. Yeah. And it was. And, a lot of the guys just shunned me and wanted nothing to do. And that was okay. Mm-hmm. And then, Arthur being the chief, he didn't believe that women should be in the department. And
it's definitely a change of mindset.
Exactly. And he was old school. I got that. Mm-hmm. And I thank him. Thank you, Arthur, really, for the lessons, because he was the one that taught me a lot of strength.
Yeah.
He really, really and truly did. And I give him credit for that.
And it's nice to have a mentor that way.
Denny was the assistant chief, and he was always there backing me. And a lot of the lieutenant captains, they were there, and they would talk to me, and they would help me through. Mm-hmm. If I had a question, I would go to them, and they would help me through it. And,
Hey, if you can have somebody that will mentor you or give you guidance and encouragement, it's amazing what a little bit of encouragement will do to really push you forward.
And I was grateful to have them and to be able to ask my questions and, mm-hmm. and, not to have to deal with just the firefighters who were angry that I was on, but,
Well, I'm sure they appreciate what you've started, now. Looking back, I'm sure, change is always hard, but to put yourself out there like that, and now they have other people on their departments, other women on their departments that they depend on, mm-hmm. And they may not have been so willing to give it a go without you there. Mm-hmm. Do you remember were any other women ever joined when you were on the department?
There was one came after I left. I can't remember her name. But I had left and she came on. I think she was on a couple years maybe.
Yeah.
And that's all I remember. I don't think anybody else has.
Okay. Nice to have some camaraderie there once in a while.
Yeah. Well, there was a woman in Somersworth, Beth, and her and I became friends because we did the trainings together.
Oh, nice.
So it was so nice to have another woman to sit and chat with.
Someone where you feel seen and heard. I'm sure your struggles were, relatively similar.
Mm-hmm. And that was nice when she got on. That was nice because she would come over to Berwick and we would have class. Mm-hmm. And she would be there and I'd always try to sit with her.
Yeah, sure. Do you feel like there's more of a network for women today?
Oh, absolutely. I think women are much more accepted than they ever were when I was on.
Yeah.
I was the trailblazer, but it was hard. It was very difficult. It was very lonely.
Yeah.
Very lonely. And I did it because it's what I wanted. And I'm glad that I did it. I am so grateful that I had the courage to walk through those doors.
Following your heart, when you can do it, is courageous, but it can pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you still live in Berwick now.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you love about being here in Berwick?
I've been in Berwick my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to love it as Berwick, the small town. I just loved everybody knew everybody. Mm-hmm. My mother worked at Drew and Bill's and walking down the street, oh, hi, Jeannie, how are you today? Oh, how are the girls? And it was like everybody knew everybody.
It's a nice level of comfort.
It was wonderful growing up in Berwick. Yeah. The tannery, well, that was another.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
We're working on it. What do you think of the downtown now as it's developing?
Well, I think it's nice. You know, I mean, I don't like a lot of growth and development. I'm a little country girl that wants to keep things country, but
Yeah.
I think it's nice what they're doing downtown Berwick.
Some more options.
Yeah.
While still trying to keep it rural. Yeah.
Right, right. It's a lot of building going on that I'm like,
Yeah.
grind my teeth when I go by, but yeah, we're up on Old Sanford Road, and there's a lot of building going on up there, and
Yeah.
that's hard.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely, change is hard, right? But making room for more people to enjoy this space and be here is a plus.
Mm. They can go somewhere else. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so when you weren't firefighting and not nursing, so you do Reiki, are there any other activities that you would do to, maybe help you when you did feel lonely on the fire department, or, things that you like to spend your time doing as a break away from some of that harder, maybe sometimes traumatic work?
I became an elder in the Daranna tribe of Africa.
Oh, wow.
And
what is that? Can you? I'm not familiar
an
with it.
elder is the person in the community that needs to be there for the community.
Okay.
And I find that I do better one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is dying and somebody is like, oh, I can't deal with this, I'll help them. I'll go in and help them with like a hospice type thing. I did hospice work for 2.5 years as a nurse. And, or if somebody just needs to sit and talk. I just had an example of a friend who got some bad news about a family member, and, it was just nice to be there for her and just to let her feel her feelings.
Absolutely.
And as an elder, you just need to be there to hear, just to let them know that you're there for them, basically.
And sometimes that's all people need, is to just be heard.
It was a 3-year initiation.
Oh my goodness.
And a lot of work on yourself.
Yeah, I guess how do you even go about that, or what went into that?
2 weeks I spent in the mountains in New York. We slept in tents, 12 in each tent. Had no change of clothes, couldn't shower.
You're really going to get to know your neighbors quick.
Oh, dear Lord, those tents by the time we left. But yeah, and the 2 weeks that I was there was tough. It was very, very tough. And all I did was pace and sing songs in my head the whole time I was there.
So you're kind of in the process of like making peace with yourself, I'm assuming? Or?
Yeah, just really just trying to deal with being there. You're so close together in a tent, even at night. You're like sardines.
Wow.
And we had 2 weeks of it, and there was a lot that went into it that I can't speak of because it was initiation. And then the next 3 years after initiation was just learning, doing and learning, and we really didn't have anybody to talk to, which we should have had other elders to talk to, but it kind of went by the wayside, and we were on our own, and that was tough.
Yeah.
That was very tough.
But given your background where you're willing to try new things and do hard things, it seems like firefighting sort of kind of served you for that experience, I would have to imagine.
I think it catapulted me into doing different things.
Yeah.
And I was afraid to become an elder. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. But I had to do it.
But you're so committed to serving and caring for others. It sounds like something that fits you well.
Right. It really does. And I'm glad I did it. It was scary going through it. And then my mentor that even got me into it, she passed away. And a month after, the one who initiated me passed away. And I was like, oh no.
So the pressure's on now. Yeah.
So it was like, boy, I have nobody now to go to and say, and just talk about things. It's like, you just do it now.
Yeah.
As the elder, you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Taking baby steps.
Well, being, kind of in charge that way is you're suddenly the one that has to answer the call, fix the problem. Mm-hmm. It can be intimidating. Yeah. Is this a service you offer currently for people?
I'm there, and if anybody needs me, I'm there for them, and that's basically how I deal with it.
Okay. And if somebody wanted to reach out, is there a best way to contact you for that?
They could call me on my home phone. I don't like cell phones. I'm not a technological person, and I don't like them.
You know what? Sometimes just you keep it simple, right?
So I use my home phone, and anybody wants to talk, I'm there. If anybody has questions about whatever, I'm there.
Okay.
And, you know, people have shown an interest in wanting to learn how to make tinctures and things, I'm there. But they need to do their homework as well.
Sure, sure.
And, you know, people say, well, what can I take for a tincture? What do you want for meds? You go look it up. You know, I'm not doing all their work for them, but I will teach them how to do it.
That's good. That's a good way to go about things. You know, you have to be committed to what you're interested in.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing with us all of these, you know, different aspects of healing and how you've helped others. You've had a wonderful life of giving to others. It's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, I really have, and I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity.
Thank you for sharing.
Welcome.